This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Zelfa Barrett here in Manchester. Zelfa, in your hometown. Big fight on the horizon for yourself. But firstly, how are you?
Very good, man. Working hard. We've got a task in hand. Which I believe I'll accomplish. But we've been working hard.
Working hard and a big task at hand, as you've mentioned there. Jordan Gill, somewhat of a princess story, a Cinderella story. That's what I'm looking for with himself. Yeah, princess Cinderella. I apologise, Jordan. Cinderella story. Obviously, a lot of people had written him off in his career. Then he goes and produces an unbelievable performance against Michael Conlan. What did you take away from that fight, and how much of a surprise was it to you to see a bit more of an aggressive version of Jordan Gill?
Obviously he's got a good team behind him, so he's improved, and he's shown that in his head he probably thought this could be my last fight, so he gave it all, and he prevailed. He looked good.
I did a Zoom interview with him last week, and I said to him, obviously, it's horses for courses, a different opponent in yourself compared to Michael Conlan, but how does he approach the fight with you? And he said it's going to be a completely different game plan. It's not the same style. How do you expect to see him approach his fight? How do you approach the challenge now of Jordan Gill?
We prepare for the best Jordan Gill, so we prepare for everything. So and he's right what he says. I'm not Conlan. I believe I'm a better and dangerous fighter than Conlan. So he'll approach me differently. He might come forward. He might try and box. He might box fight. So we prepared for the best Jordan Gill.
If he was going to be a bit more aggressive with yourself, do you feel that might benefit you come fight night?
To be fair with Joe, the way we're training, the things we're doing, we're ready for anything. If he comes all aggressive, then we've got a game plan for that. If he tries to box, if he tries to hit and move, if he tries to be cute, we've got a game plan. We might try and counter punch. We've got a game plan for that. So we're working on the best Jordan Gill.
I remember Zelfa after the Rakimov fight, there was a lot of talk about trying to position you for another world title fight, which hasn't quite materialised as of yet. How did the Jordan Gill fight come about? Are there any frustrations that you've had to wait a bit longer till that opportunity might come?
It's boxing. Obviously, when I got beat off Rakimov, I went down the rankings. So, I got put in my position where I'm a good fighter. I believe I'm one of the best fighters in the world. So I'm in the who wants me club a bit. You get me? So I'm having to fight my way to the right spot. Not many of the world champions are going to pick me to defend the belt against Eddie. So I needed that right fight, in which Eddie said himself. They always a big fight after my last fight, because that was like a run out. You know what I mean? So I said to my uncle and to my uncle Pat, I said, yo P, if Steve Wood rings you, I want the winner of Conlan or Gill. It's a good fight. It's a good fight to stay relevant. But I didn't say it in a way where I'm underestimating him and they're easy. I'm saying it's a good fight. It's a very good fight. I want the winner. And I remember watching it on the way home from London, watching my friend fight Adam Rasool on my phone. And it kept on stopping when you're on the motorway. And then Jordan won.
For the pair of you now, people are going to look at it as somewhat of a crossroads fight. The winner can go on to try and fulfil their ambitions of challenging for world honours, in your case once again, or the loser, it's a very hard road back on the back of that loss. Is that playing on your mind at all, that you're willing to basically risk it all with potentially not much reward?
No. Winners only think about winning. You know what I mean? I don't think about not winning. It's not in my head, in my body, in my mind. I'm just thinking about how I'm going to win. And would it be 12 rounds? Would it be 6 rounds? Would it be 5 rounds? I'm just thinking about winning. I don't think about because I believe I'm going to win. So I don't think about anything else but winning.
Another name I'm going to throw into the equation is that of Joe Coridna. I'm sure I won't be the first to ask you about him today. Obviously, for a brief while, there was a lot of talk of you two potentially squaring off, and Joe somewhat squashed that, said there's just no value you bring to the fight, there's no relevance in trying to make that fight, and there's not enough money there to tempt him. What are your thoughts on all of that, and were you surprised to see a potential Joe Coridna fight fall through?
Basically, he knows it's a risky fight for him, which he said. You know what I mean? So he knows I'm a good fighter. I'm a risky fight, so basically, I seen one of his interviews like, well, if it's a big fight, pay the big money for it. Which I believe it's a big fight, and everybody else in Britain believes it's a big fight. Me and Joe believe it's a big fight, so, you know, if that's the case, you know, pay the big money for it. Which and I hear that, you know, he's the world champion. He's fighting somebody like me who's a good fighter, so, you know, you want the big money for that big fight, and maybe the money that he thought deservedly should be getting, he wasn't gonna get. So I understand what he's saying. Like, it's not like he won't fight me. It's not like he's saying nah. He's saying, all right, well, I'll fight him, but just put the money up for it, which I get it, and that's not like a disrespectful thing. He's being logical. He's thinking about his family, you know, and basically, you know what? Yeah, he's not disrespectful about it. He's being cool about it, and I get it. I get it, and I obviously I will be the contender, so obviously it is what it is. But I hate, from his point of view, if I was in this position, I'd be saying the same thing. Well, he's a good fighter. You know, pay me the big money for the big fight, because, you know, it will sell. Like, that was the only thing people was asking me. Oh, when you gonna fight, Joe? So imagine if it was to happen. They do a good build up. Yo, that would just sell, man. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm fighting Gill now.
I'm a mention there of kind of a financial side of it then. Did it progress anywhere? Obviously, in the end, it didn't materialise, but at the time, were there talks? Was it continuing in the background?
You know what, I'll be real, I don't even know. Like, not that I know of that there was any talks of a fight or any discussions. I don't know any of that. It was just more of his, like, interviews, and I didn't really hear of no teams talking or anything. But, you know, like I said, I understand from the business side of it. I understand it fully. I would be the same. You know what I mean? You know, boxing's a tough sport. You know, and you got to take as much as you can from it. So a big fight like that, you got to take as much as you can, and I hear it.
What do you make of his now rescheduled bout with Cacace?
You know, it's gutting. You know, he would have put in work in the gym. I seen him over in was it in America, training, sparring. So putting all that work in, and then just it being pushed back, it's a bit of kicking the nuts in it, really. You know, so, but, you know, hopefully, is this fight rescheduled?
I believe the plan is to reschedule that, Bill, unless I'm mistaken.
Is it the same?
May 18th, I'm furious.
Yeah, so it's still going to be rescheduled. Yeah, so, you know, that's the light under the tunnel, that it's been rescheduled, but, man, that's a kick in the nuts, that, like, because you would, like I said, some people don't realise with camps, man, like, a lot of money goes into camps too, you know, a lot of time from your family, which you can't get back. You know, you can't get time back. You would have spent time away from his kids, from his wife, and then for just to be cancelled, it's like, oh man, for him to do that again, you know. But obviously he's a professional, he's an athlete. He'll stay on top of his game.
Just final one from me, Zelfa. Lyndon Arthur, how's Lyndon doing?
It's good, man. He's been in the gym with me, you know, been pushing me in the gym. Yeah, man, it's good. It's good.
Any news as to when he wants to try and get back out?
I don't have a clue. I just know he's in the gym. He's staying ready, man.
Right, Zelfa, listen, I appreciate your time and over to Q, which is forming now. So thank you for speaking to me. I'll speak to you again soon.
Nice one, man. Thank you.